Alright guys, my name is Jacob Miller. Welcome back to the Jacob Show, guys. Today we will be continuing the Spider-Man DeathBattle Royale, ladies and gentlemen. And oh my lord, I've been gone for 5 days now. Yes. Hold up. I've been gone for 5 days. And I apologize completely. I wasn't paying attention. And I kind of lacked because, well, school starting, and yeah, I didn't necessarily pay attention, and it's my fault. I apologize. But of course, we must continue the Spider-Man DeathBattle Royale with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man category. Now, in order for us, but before we start off, I just want to say, Spider-Man is no longer in the MCU. He's over at Sony now because, well, Disney and Sony are having some trouble. Would you guys like get video on this topic? Let me know within the comment section below. And not only will we talk about the Spider-Man ordeal that's going on right now, but we will also talk about the new characters that pretty much are confirmed to either A, have a new movie coming out, or B, have a new Disney Plus streaming show. Let me know within the comment section below, and or vote on the poll on the upright part of your screen. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Let's start this video off talking about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man origin. Peter Parker was once a normal nerdy high school kid until he was bit by a radioactive spider after his wrestling match with Bonesaw. Uncle Ben died, and he exacted his revenge against the man who killed Uncle Ben. That day, he became Spider-Man. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. That was the day that Spider-Man became Spider-Man. Now, we must, of course, look at, his normal red and blue suit, and, of course, what sorts of powers and weapons that the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man has in his disposal in terms of his base form. He has super strength, superhuman durability. He also has wrestling experience, thanks to him winning against Bonesaw, and I want to say it was 3 to 2 minutes. But no. Yeah, 3 to 2 minutes, I want to say. Yeah. This Tobey Maguire Spider-Man also has spider sense, wall crawling abilities, as well as, of course, natural webs. Pretty much meaning that he has a infinite source of webbing. Because it's natural. Yeah. However, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man also has the black symbiote suit, which of course enhances the of course. Let me just rephrase that. I'm sorry. The black symbiote suit enhances the wearer's durability, strength. And in the case for Spider-Man, web supply, web strength, spider sense, and it also gives / enhances the user's different abilities, like, for example, playing the piano in a professional sense for the first time. We've never seen Peter Parker play the piano before, but somehow with the black symbiote suit, he can. And it's really good. Alright, so the feats of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man are very, very simple. This Spider-Man defeated, of course, many crooks and thugs, just like the other Spider-Man. But that's probably where a lot of the similarities differ there. He has, of course, defeated both green goblins, the Norman Osborn Green Goblin, as well as the new Green Goblin. He has defeated Dr. Octopus, Sandman. Well, yeah, technically he did defeat Sandman, as well as defeating Venom. This Spider-Man held up a cable car that contained 10 to 12 people inside, mostly consisting of kids and some adults here and there. I want to say 2 or 3 adults and possibly 10 to 9 kids. Yeah, I think that's good. This Spider-Man also stopped the train at full speed. Okay, I actually got that one wrong. It's actually 80 miles per hour with his feet and webs. Also, this Spider-Man also survived a pumpkin bomb explosion in the face. If you don't believe me, watch. I want to say it is Spider-Man 1, right? I think so. Spider-Man 1 or 2. I cannot remember which one, but I know he survived an explosion to the face first, somewhere. With his webbing, he has, of course, clotheslined Harry Osborn, aka the new green goblin, off his glider, and he fell so hard that he dented / bent pipes, was literally like fell off the vents here and there after like landing on them really hard. Landed on a trash bin hard, as in like the thing moved a bit, and of course was put into a coma. And we're still talking about the new Green Goblin here, and of course the web, the pretty much Tobey Maguire Spider-Man used, never snapped. It never snapped. Yeah. Spider-Man's web held Mary Jane, who was holding on to Spider-Man, who was holding a cable car, which of course contained 10 to 12 people without snapping. Though his web's super duper durable. He has defeated the professional wrestler Bonesaw in 5 minutes in his first match. Yes, and of course he also took a punch from Sandman. Now, the reason why I said that is a impressive feat in terms of taking a punch from Sandman, the reason why I say that is such an incredible feat, or somewhat, is because of one simple fact, and that is that if you look at the second time of which Spider-Man and Sandman fight within Spider-Man 3, we see Sandman punch a stone pillar, and you know that it really took a good chunk out of that pillar. Now, of course, granted, I don't know how old the sand is, but I mean, it's still an impressive feat. Whether you look at it through the lenses of a film or the lenses of someone on set, because of course the actor for Sandman actually punched a brick and he broke the brick. So yeah, of course, granted, he was wearing a cast in that scene, but still punched a brick off, and of course within the movie he punched a stone pillar, and we see Spider-Man in his base form, by the way, in his red and blue suit, taking a punch from Sandman in their first fight, like it's nothing. Sure, like just pushed him back a bit, but he got back up. Oh baby. The weaknesses of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Now, of course, I am actually willing to admit, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is not invincible. He has no web variety. Also, his powers as well as his web supply is actually determined by his mood. If he's like sad and upset at himself or at all as he's being Spider-Man, then he will no longer have any webs to actually rely on. Which, of course, in short term, in a few short words, means that his web runs on emotional state of mind. The black symbiote suit is actually weak to fire and, of course, high-pitched sounds. Like, for example, the ringings of a church bell. Yeah. And also, the black symbiote suit is like makes Tobey Maguire Spider-Man more violent and angry. And you could look at it whether in the lenses of, oh, that's a good thing or that's a bad thing. So either the way you honestly look at it, it's kind of both a good thing and a bad thing in terms of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. But you may be wondering, Jacob, who wins this death battle? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to say it. And I honestly believe it, okay? I'm not being biased. And of course, I have done the math. I have done the scaling. And this makes sense through and through. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man wins this death battle. Now, you may be wondering, Jacob, why does Tobey Maguire Spider-Man win this death battle? Well, first of all, let's talk about the person who instantly loses this fight. And that is Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. The reason why Andrew Garfield Spider-Man doesn't win is because he is the weakest in terms of strength. I mean, sure, he has electric-proof webbing, and he did create his own web fluid and his own web shooters, but I mean, compared to Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland Spider-Man, it's not necessarily a good feat for him to have. I mean, he's not even strong in terms of, like, spider sense. I mean, let's actually look at the feat of which Andrew Garfield pulled within Amazing Spider-Man 2. Most specifically, his fight between Electro when he dodged bolts of Electro's electricity. According to, of course, MatPat's research, which by the way, hey, check out MatPat's Spider-Man DeathBattle Royale. I did do a debunk of it, but I still believe in some of the numbers. Electro's electric bullets run at a speed of 36.5 miles per hour. That's just slightly faster than the average person driving a car. Not in a like a suburban neighborhood, but like on the road, not the highway. Sorry. Besides the point, I mean, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is not the best. So what about Tom Holland? Tom Holland has the weakest webs. yes, I am going to admit this right now. In terms of strength and in terms of web variety, Tom Holland seems to be the strongest in that suit. But, of course, this fight ultimately comes down to webs and spider sense. And, of course, Tom Holland has the weakest of the webs. Those webs were snapping within Spider-Man Homecoming during that great fairy scene. You can literally watch that scene on YouTube over and over and over, and I promise you, those webs were snapping. I promise you that. But, of course, this fight ultimately comes down to the deciding factor, and that is that will the Iron Spider AI / Tom Holland Spider-Man figure out the weakness of the black symbiote suit? First of all, let's look at the person of which who made the Iron Spider suit, aka Iron Man / Tony Stark. Tony Stark never necessarily encountered anything like the black symbiote suit or any sort of symbiote like race or entity or even villain or hero. I mean, like, sure, I mean, like Tony Stark does have the nanotech, which somewhat acts like, somewhat relates to the symbiote and how it bonds to the host, but in terms of actual experience, there is no data for that. So, therefore, the AI wouldn't know what to do in this situation. But Jacob, I hear you saying within the comments section, why can't the Iron Spider suit just like help Tom Holland by picking up a car and throwing at him, causing a explosion? I'm sorry. Do you honestly think that the Tom Holland would be okay with that? If you do, then you're crazy, because first of all, Tom Holland Spider-Man is just a kid. Sure, he has the Iron Spider suit, but of course, in terms of his morals, he's not going to pick up personal property and damage it, because that's honestly illegal, and Tom Holland Spider-Man would actually think of a more clever way to do it. Secondly, do you think that he's strong enough to lift the car? I mean, we have seen Andrew Garfield Spider-Man do it, and of course, according to scaling, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man can do it. But do you honestly think that a high school kid, a kid who is still in high school, by the way, a teenage male child with the Iron Spider suit, and aka Tom Holland Spider-Man in the Iron Spider suit, do you think that he can honestly lift a car? No? Well, I don't. In terms of me, I don't necessarily think that either. That is why Tobey Maguire Spider-Man wins this death battle. So the winner, in conclusion, and of course, based on the research, the data, the feats, the weaknesses, the strengths, the powers, that pretty much I have gathered, as well as, of course, MatPat's calculations. Thanks, man. I can safely say that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man wins this death battle. Hands down. So guys, if you did like this video, make sure you use a final smash on that like button, and of course, answer that poll in the eye icon. I actually really do want to know your answer. Also, let me know what you thought of this conclusion within the comment section below. Subscribe, and of course, tap tap that notification bell to be notified of course, new videos every day, mostly every week. Next time, Minecraft's coming back. I'll see you next time on the Jacob Show. Bye-bye.